All right, let's get this started. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Cliff, long time no see. All right, um, let's talk. I'm trying this red. This red. I don't know how I feel about the red. I'm not a red girl. Look, I said I'll give it a shot. In the holiday spirit or whatever. I don't know. I don't. I think I'm gonna wipe it off because the red is probably a no go for me right now at this moment. Let me get. All right, so let's talk about put a ring on it, y'all. So I missed last week's live for put a ring on it. Um, my sister had my crown, bro. Look at this. My crown is broken. So bootleg. But I'm gonna just slide it up there and like hopefully. Oh Lord. Are you guys ready for Christmas? Are you? I'm trying. This camera got me all messed up. It's crooked too, ain't it? Lord, what is going on? What is going on? I should have just did my eyebrows so I don't have to fool with this hat, but ain't nobody feel like doing the get it just get out. It's I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And I'm starting to get hot. Lord, we're gonna have to get through this live fast. Okay, we're gonna have to get through this live. But yes, Christmas shopping is done. I mean, I got some stocking stuffers to get. Nothing crazy. Yesterday I was not feeling good, so that's why I had to do the live today. And one of my employees bought me a notebook. Let's brainstorm. So I used it today to take notes. Ain't it cute? I love a cute notebook. So, hey Marvina, I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I miss y'all. I feel like we haven't, like y'all, my family that we haven't talked to in a long time. Turn your light off if you hot. I will in a few. I'm gonna keep it on for a little bit until I start getting real, real hot. Then I'm gonna turn it off. But right now, I'm gonna have to deal with it for a little bit. I feel like I haven't talked to y'all in so long. What's everybody been up to? How's the holidays going? Um, yeah, so let's just get into it. So put a ring on it, right? So we know from the last episode because y'all know I didn't actually do the live last week for last episode, so we already know that Shay is coming around to letting Zion come live with them. Okay, she's gonna focus that energy, and she wants them to come live with her. She's okay with that now. What else? And Michael cut it off with Whitney. I don't know how I feel about them. I wish that Michael would have not, cut it off and like just went on that way and just let the whole situation go. But the spoiler is already out, y'all, so y'all already know. But let's just move on to this episode, okay? So Tamika, hey Marvina, you like the red? Y'all like the red? I don't know. We're gonna have to revisit the red at another time. Maybe once I do like my makeup and see how it looks. But right now, yeah, I could deal with or without. But anyway, so Tamika and Vince are still arguing from the way last episode ended, right? So something about a girl leaving a room that Vince won't admit to. Okay, that's the problem. Vince won't admit to anything that he's done wrong. He just won't admit to it. Instead of just saying, "Yes, this is what I did. I'm taking full accountability. I understand why you're sad, but I will not do this anymore, and I will not put you in this situation anymore." He won't do that. He just keeps saying that she's making up stuff in her head, and she's making up scenarios in her head, and he don't understand why she feel that way. And I'm sitting here like, wait, I don't like the way Dr. Nicole handled their argument because she cut the conversation off I was like, it doesn't matter about who was leaving the room. And I'm like, it absolutely does matter, because this is the problem why Tamika can't get over the situation that's all the situation that she dealt with, is because she doesn't have the truth. Okay, he makes up lies, and then he tries to manipulate her into believing that what she knows going on didn't go on. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand that, because it's like you sitting there acting like you admitted to it. You never admitted to the wrongdoings. You halfway admit to it not being completely what she is saying. Like, come on now, we're not stupid. This is why she's constantly, harboring that emotion of fear and not trusting him. Y'all, they work on my nerve. They work on my nerve. Um, but I think Dr. Nicole definitely should have just made Vince admit to whatever the conversation was about. They were arguing about the girl leaving the room. Dr. Nicole should have said, Vince, did you leave the room with the girl? Yes or no? If you did, admit to it so we can move on. Because the girl, she already knows the truth. Just tell her the truth. You know what? Whatever, Cliff. Whatever. Okay, so now we're going to find out who's going on a second day, a third day, a fifth day, a sixth day. Everybody going on more days, right? But Dr. Nicole tells them, listen, if you don't go on another date this week, you won't go on another date at all. So, do you guys want to go on another date? Now, Shay, today 4 says no. And I was like, okay, cool. She wants to, focus on her and Mike, okay? Mike, to his 6th date with Whitley, he says no, okay? Because he broke that off last week, okay? Now, Shay says that she was happy that they broke off the whole he broke off the relationship that he was having with Whitley, because she was feeling uneasy about him actually catching feelings and liking this girl, because she was like, by the 5th day you basically in a relationship. So she was feeling some type of way, and she was happy that that was over. Now, I'm just like, I don't my whole thing about Shay and Michael is just like, they say they're compromising for each other, but I think it's fake, because there's no way you can be so strong about not having his son come live with y'all to just switch a light on and say, oh, he could come live with us. You know what I mean? It just seemed like it just happened too fast, and it don't seem too genuine. It feels like she has a different motive. Like, maybe if I just say this, then he'll marry me, and then we can make things different later on down the line. Or maybe the child comes stay with us, but he won't stay with us for so long. Maybe I could talk to him just keeping it at the summers. You know what I mean? It seems weird to me. That's just my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. Now, Tamika and Vince go back to their house and they start arguing. Okay. Now, Tamika says that she oh, wait, y'all, I'm moving too fast. I'm moving too fast, okay? So when Tamika says she does want another date, and then Vince says he doesn't want another date because he doesn't want to be distracted from his relationship with Tamika. Now, Hollywood says he doesn't want another date with Shantae because he wants to work on his relationship. Cool, right? Now, Ashley was like, I don't know, I want another date. Okay. She wants to revisit that situation, especially because her situation and relationship that she got going on at home is not happy. Okay. She want to make sure that she's doing what she needs to do to make the right decision. So she's going on another date. Hollywood is just not here for that decision, okay? Because he's just like, at this point, you catch your feelings. If you do something to break the boundaries, then it's gonna have to be over. It's gonna have to be done. But it's just like, it's a process. Y'all going through the process, y'all going through the motions. But he has to admit that he is really, really upset, uncomfortable, and jealous of the situation. It makes it seem like he's not jealous of her going out and he doesn't care, but he definitely cares. That's why he gets so riled up about the whole situation. Now, when Tamika and Vince go back to talk, he said that he felt disrespected after the group, meeting. And she says that it's messed up. Well, he also said that it was messed up that they couldn't that she gets mad over a little emojis and things like that. Now, this is where I was like, She tried to explain to him why she was upset about the emoji. He brought it back to her, still trying to talk about the past. She like, I'm not trying to talk about the past. I'm trying to explain to you why I feel the way I feel. You don't want to hear me. Now he starts cutting her off, and this is when I was just like, oh, this is aggravating, because you could tell that he was definitely trying to get her to not to express how she was feeling about the situation. And it rubbed me so wrong, because I'm like, she's trying to tell you what the problem is. He says he know he messed up and he did some stuff, but did you really admit to what you did wrong, Vince? No, Vince never really admitted to what he did wrong, which is why Tamika won't let it go. Because instead of Vince saying, yes, I cheated, yes, I was talking to another girl, yes, I did do this, blah 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 blah, and I'm sorry, I want us to move forward and move on. She can't eat. She has no closure. She doesn't know what she's moving on from. That's the problem. Hey, Paula. Hey, what's going on? But y'all get what I'm saying? It's just like, you want her to move on, but what is she moving on from exactly? If you was straight up front and said, I cheated, you got caught, I admit, and she was willing to say, I forgive you, and work through it, then that's a different playing field. But if you want to keep lying and then trying to manipulate her to believe something that's not true, I needed you to make it make sense to me, because it's not making sense to me at this point. If you ask me, I don't know what y'all think, but if you ask me, it don't make sense. Okay. He says that she needs to believe her. He wants her, that she needs to believe him. No, he wants her to believe him or something like that. And she was like, I don't need you to do anything but stay black and die. And I was like, girl, wait. Okay, I understand the saying of stay black and die, but like, maybe you should not have said that. Maybe you should not have said that, okay? So when he eventually apologizes, and I don't even know what he apologized for, y'all, because I was sitting there like, this is a repetitive cycle. It was like, he was like, I love you, I apologize, and then she was like, okay, I do want you to stay black, but I don't want you to die. And now squeeze my butt for good luck. What? I was like, y'all, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you. I was just showing them that it's broken. My little bling hat is broken. Y'all, okay, let me tell y'all, between this hat and my nail, I'm just a hot mess. I need to go get my nails done, but y'all, I've been working 6 days a week for the last like 2 weeks, and I be tired. I don't be want to go. That's the problem. But anyway, so yeah, they just be rubbing me wrong the whole time I was watching the whole situation between the whole argument between them two. It's because like they keep going around in circles and they don't get to a resolve. I feel like we still don't know what he did. He still didn't admit to anything, and she just forgave him for apologizing for absolutely nothing. It's like, what was the point of arguing at this point? Yes, Christmas wrap on the way. Santa is coming. How's y'all Christmas shopping done? I hope y'all didn't go broke trying to shop for everybody. Let me tell you something. I shop for my daughter, my husband, and leaving it at that. Okay, I had a secret Santa at work, and that's that. That's just that on that. um. Okay, so Shay asks about their future. So then Shay goes and asks about their future, with asks Mike about their future. Now, y'all, oh, this conversation just drove me crazy. So basically, overall, the conversation is that she says that she's accepted him and the kids, right? She accepted him and the kids, so now she deserves her ring. He says he wants to wait at least till she settles in and see how everything works, and then he'll give her the ring. Now that was like, no, that's not how this works. That's not how this works. If she's committing to at least trying to deal with you and your son, you can't commit to at least giving her an engagement ring. An engagement ring is the engagement of, it's the promise to get married. You just want her to accept you, your son, move in with you and adapt to your life, but you're not willing to give her your commitment. Give her the ring. While y'all engaged, let that year be that year of y'all engagement. You know, Trump ain't giving us no 2K and nothing. We get $600, okay? So wait, so y'all, so tell me if I'm wrong. And I'm gonna open the chat up for this because I need to know how y'all feel. Do y'all think that it was right for Michael to not want to commit to marrying, commit to, giving her a ring and proposing to her to get married, but she's willing to accept him and his son, and that's what he wanted? I think it should be a both commitment both ways. Check the news. Well, I'm gonna check the news when we get off of here because I want to know if we supposed to be getting what you said 2K, because I can use it. Okay, I can use it. But what I need to know, y'all, let me know in the comments or just click the link and you could join in. But do you think that he should at least propose to her, commit to her by giving her engagement ring, since she's committing to the fact of having the son come stay with them? Honestly, I think she should. I think she deserves her ring because she's accepted him, all of him, and that's what he wanted. So since she's giving you what you want, why you can't give her what you want? I'm not about to now. I'm with Tiffy because Tiffy said it last time. I'm not about to move in your house and play stepmom and all this other stuff, and you're not going, at least give me that commitment of wanting to match, show me we have a future together. He just want to see if it's going to work out, if they're going to make it work. That sounds iffy to me. I don't know how I feel about that, but I definitely don't agree. Just my opinion, y'all. So when Dr. Nicole goes and talks to Vince, she tells him that he seems over calculated. I don't like the way that Dr. Nicole handles Vince because I feel like there's so many occasions where he needs to be called out. She says to him that um buy a basic ring for her. Oh my God. He should propose if he's willing to have her live. Exactly. Now, he said that she got upset over him putting the heart eyes under a picture of a model with a dog. Now, y'all call me effing crazy if you want to. I'm not crazy. The girl is the model. She has a dog. He put the heart eyes under the picture for the dog. We look like we stupid. We look like we was born yesterday. And he gonna try to manipulate that girl, make her think that she took that too far over the emoji. Absolutely not. Dr. Nicole should have called him out on a BS. Why did she not call him out on that BS? I need y'all to make it make sense. Because right now it's not making no sense. What grown man put her eyes under the dog under a picture for a dog? I know y'all might like the picture. You might, you're not going to put the whole heart, the eye with the hearts and everything underneath the picture, drooling over the dog. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. She didn't call it bothered me. And I don't know if it's because she wants to stay neutral, but I feel like how we gonna get to the bottom of these problems if we not calling out the problems for what they are? Don't nobody go underneath no picture and put her eyes underneath a picture for a dog. Now I bet you if the girl wasn't in the picture and it was just a dog, he wouldn't put the heart eyes underneath the picture. I ain't buying it. It's BS. And then he gonna try to manipulate Tamika into believing that she crazy because she feels some type of way about it. Y'all, I was like, wait, what kind of foolishness is going on here? Because it don't make sense to me. And I need them to make it make sense. And she needs to call him out on that. No guy uses her emoji for a dog. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. Nobody's doing that. A grown man who loves dog clothing, you are jealous, her. I feel for it. Cliff, so you be under people pictures, you be under dog pictures putting the heart emoji eyes? You be doing that? Coming from a grown man, you be doing that? You don't be doing that. Stop lying. I bet you if it was just a dog, he wouldn't have had no heart emoji eyes underneath there. You can't tell me he would have. Nope, not even. Mm-mm. You know, I feel bad for my husband because he not underneath no IG models pictures putting heart eyes with their dogs for their dogs at that. Trust and believe me. If he putting the heart eyes, it ain't for the dogs, and we gonna have a problem. The girl, and he was showing the love for the girl and the dog. Come on now, seriously. Stop. Y'all not gonna sit here and play with me today. Y'all not gonna sit here and play with me tonight. Talk about some. He was doing it for the relationship between a woman. Okay, switch the dog with a baby. Switch the dog with a baby, and then what? Then I can understand the heart eyes. But no, not with just the model and the dog. I ain't buying it. Y'all can't tell me different. And I don't know. Y'all can't tell me different. It seems feminine. Hmm. The bond between them and showing support. So the heart eyes is the way you do it. You okay? So tell me, there was no other emoji he could have used. He couldn't have just hearted the picture. You know how you tap tap and it's just like a heart on Instagram. You tap tap a picture on Instagram, it shows that you like the picture. That wasn't enough. He had to actually go in the comments and put the smiley face and with the heart eyes and everything to show that he appreciated the bond between the Instagram model and the dog. For what? For what? Oh, your dog name is Chloe. I think we had that conversation a long time ago because you know you've been rocking me from the beginning. Y'all gonna stop trying to ride for Vince, and y'all know Vince is not up to no good. Okay. So anyway, Ashley is maybe it was under recent use emojis. What is such student thick? Oh my god! What? We not doing this tonight, y'all. Y'all. I understand that there's people who love dogs and stuff like that, but I just don't see a man doing that, and I just don't see a man doing that for the dog. Okay. If we took her out the picture, do you think he would have put the heart eyes underneath the picture? That's the question. That's the real question. I don't think so. Now, Hollywood says that so okay, so now we're at Hollywood and Ashley's house, okay? So Hollywood and Ashley had first of all, why is Hollywood always with no shirt on? This man ain't never got no shirt on. I be on his Instagram, well, I don't be on his Instagram, but he comes up on my Instagram stories and I watch his videos and things like that. And he just always got on no shirt. And I'm just like, Hollywood, you gotta cover up sometimes. But anyway, um he's cooking or whatever the case may be. So Ashley is like, Kwame gets under Hollywood's skin, you know, like I, and you could tell because Hollywood act like he don't know Kwame's name. He always calling him by a different name and stuff like that. And it's like, Hollywood, you know Kwame name, cut it out, okay? Now, they get into an argument. So he says that he's pretty sure that by now Kwame thinks that Ashley likes him, like that she has feelings for him. He's pretty sure that by now because like they still going on all these dates and things of that nature. And he says that it hurts him, or whatever the case may be. So they're going back and forth. They're going back and forth, and Ashley's trying to tell him like, we signed up for this experiment, so you can't be mad at me for doing the experiment the way it's supposed to be done. Me going on these dates is what is the purpose, is what the experiment is about, to make sure that we make the right decisions for ourselves. We both signed that paper, so don't get mad at me because I'm going through with it. And I can definitely agree with her when she said that. Like, just because you didn't make that connection or you wasn't trying to make that connection or you didn't do that doesn't mean that you got the right to be mad at me because we both signed up for this experiment together, right? So Ashley, so they start going back and forth and things like that. And he's just like, I don't really care. I don't care. You know how I do. You know how I do. And she's like, that's a problem. Like, you should care. You should care, but you haven't seen me do me. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, so the problem between Hollywood and Ashley, if you want to ask me, is that I feel as though Ashley takes Hollywood takes Ashley for granted. Because she stuck with him for so long, and she has dealt with him, and she has, um, allowed him to be Hollywood. Even when he started talking to her a certain way, she was like, "Don't talk to me like that." Like, you could tell that he gets a little aggressive. You could tell that his anger starts to get the best of him, and then he starts running off at the mouth, which is the problem that they always had. The problem is that every time Hollywood gets upset, he's done with this. He's tired. He don't want to be here. You can go. You can go. Blah 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 blah. And that's a problem. It's like a repeated cycle. Keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And Ashley's tired of it. Like, every time we get upset or you get mad, you ready to throw me away. And that's exactly what happened in their argument. He was getting ready to throw her away. So that's why when Ashley went on her date with Kwame, now let me tell y'all something. Ashley and Kwame relationship is kind of intense, okay? They got a lot going on, okay? They sitting there having a conversation, and Kwame is ready to take Ashley away, okay? He is ready to shoot his shot and get her the best way he can, okay? He wanted to lean in and give her a kiss, but she turned her head. And I was like, ooh, child. Then he told her to close her eyes, and she said no. He said, "Don't you trust me?" She closed her eyes. He took a pineapple in his mouth and proceeded to kiss her with the pineapple, well, feed her the pineapple from his mouth to hers. Kwame ain't playing no games, okay? He already said that Hollywood is crazy if he let her go, because he is trying to get her, and he's going to shoot his shot. And that's exactly what he did in this episode. He shot his shot, and I mean, he may have, made it into the hoop. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I was like, whoo, honey, this is intense, because their connection was really, really, really good. She did not provoke that argument. They were having the argument, but you can't say that he don't try to dispose of their relationship every time he gets mad. Even if he doesn't really mean it, he shouldn't say it, because you have to be careful about what you say to each other, because you take that to heart. You tell somebody that they can leave every time y'all get into an argument, eventually one day they gonna leave. Verbal abuse is real. Y'all got to remember that verbal abuse is real, and you have to be careful what you say. All right, so where we at, y'all? Because I've been jumping all over the place. Hollywood says all that, but he don't mean it. He loves that girl. I absolutely believe that he don't mean it, but that doesn't give him the right to say it. It's just like when you are married. So that's just like, okay, let's just put this in perspective real quick, y'all. So imagine they are married, right? And every time they get into an argument, he goes, "Well, I want a divorce." Think about it that way. If every time you get into an argument and he's yelling, "I want a divorce," how do you think that will make his wife feel? So why don't you think that every time that they get into an argument, he says, "You can go, you can leave"? I did not get a notification that you were live during YouTube. YouTube be trying to play me. Hey, Ella girl. Hey, girl. But listen, it doesn't, sometimes you don't have to necessarily mean it, but the words hurt. So if you take them as a married couple, and every time they get into an argument, he says, "I want a divorce," she's going to take that to heart. So why wouldn't she take the fact that every time they get into an argument, he tells her she can leave? "You can leave. I'm done. You can go." Like, it's the same thing. So it doesn't make it right. He has to find a better way to express himself without reverting to "you can go, I'm done, it's over." That type of language, that realm of conversation. I hope YouTube stop playing this out of my notification, because they be wilding. So let me see what I wrote, y'all. How do you feel some type of way? Chemistry. All right, y'all. I done skipped over a lot of stuff, so we just gonna keep it moving. So when they go back and sit down, so on what's her name? Tamika's day. Tamika basically breaks up with old boy. I can't remember his name, y'all. I just don't remember his name. The dude that she's been on a couple days with. Exactly. Yes, exactly. It's childish. So they end up going, she ends up breaking it off with him because she wants to, work on her relationship with Vince. And I'm kind of at the point where I just feel like Vince is manipulative to her, and it's toxic to a certain extent because he never admits to anything that he does. He doesn't own it. He doesn't take accountability for it. He halfway steps around the issue and then expects her not to act crazy because she don't know the truth. I'm over that whole situation, y'all. When they sit down and they start talking back to Dr. Nicole is, asking them how everything went and things like that. Now, um, when we get to Ashley, who is it? Ashley? Yeah, when we get to Ashley in Hollywood, Hollywood is so upset with the chemistry that the chemistry that Ashley had. Now, y'all, I was sitting there thinking, if Ashley was going to tell him that that they had the pineapple exchange, because that would have went way wrong. Yes. Clay, my husband said he wanted a divorce on our wedding night. I'll say it again and we getting one. He never said it again. Exactly. You got to be careful what you say because those words carry weight. And even if you don't respond right then, you're going to have it in the back of your mind. Tamika was I don't see, my thing is I don't really think that Devin was for Tamika either, but I also don't think she needs to stay with Vince. I think Vince is toxic. And I'm so mad that Dr. Nicole this season, hey Tamika, did not call him out because I just wanted him to be called out for all the BS that he's sitting there. It's like they just let it slide. Let it slide, and no wonder Tamika can't let it go because she don't know what the heck she letting go. If you cheat on me and you tell me you cheated on me and you tell me you sorry and we gonna work on this together and we move forward, that's different. But if I find you cheating on me, you keep telling me you not cheating on me and expect me to move past the fact that you was cheating on me and then you saying you wasn't cheating on me, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. So I was just like, I need to. Hey, Cliff.
Goody. You can hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't or you can't? Can you or you can't?
I can.
Okay. Hollywood and Ashley. He did not start that argument. You going off of when he be like, I'm done in the other episodes. And you're right about that. He's wrong for that. He didn't do that this episode. She got upset about him not being sure they had a future.
Right. You absolutely
seeing a future
right.
with her.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Because he wasn't. So, and she got aggressive in tone first. And then when he got aggressive in his tone, she said, who are you talking to like that? I don't know if she didn't realize she was coming off that way as well. But like I said, and I even said it to her when she was on here, he was wrong in the past when saying, I'm done. I don't like when people do that when they're in a relationship. But this episode right here, he didn't do that. You cannot fault him. She was in the wrong. And then to say that he's fixated on Kwame and he's telling her who wouldn't be upset about it. He's not worried about him per se. He's worrying about the fact that she's into somebody else. It's not about Kwame, because if it would have been Joe Bob, he would have felt the way. So when he said he's not sure about their future, is called put a ring on it, we'll see. She was tight. So I don't see how you could say this is his fault.
But no. Okay, so let me get this straight. No, I understand the simple fact that, but she had every right to be upset at that moment because he's basically, I'm trying to get this hat right, it's driving me crazy. He's basically telling her that he don't see a future with her anymore because they're doing the process when they both signed up for the process. That's the problem. That's problem number one. You can't catch an attitude with that girl when y'all both signed up for the process, through the process. Now all of a sudden she not in your future. I need you to make it make sense.
Chloe, hold on. One, the show is about knowing if y'all going to have a future. That's first and foremost. This is not Married at First Sight where you go get married and we're going to be together. That's the plan. This show is about if we're going to stay together. Two, he didn't know they was going to be dating other people. They surprised him with that. And he was the first one to get surprised. That's why he was so upset when the first dude came to his house. He did not know that they was going to be doing that. He told it to us. Ashley said it, and I forgot the other dude said it on another channel, said that how they surprised Hollywood with it. Because Hollywood was the first ones to go on dates.
Yeah,
so he did not know that was a part of the process.
Know they were going on dates, but they still had to commit to the process because they both could have bowed down and said, "We not about to be dating other people."
Chloe, God forbid you and Mr. Johnson have issues and y'all go for help, and then it was a surprise to you that you and Mr. Johnson was going on dates, but y'all signed up for it already, so y'all got to go through with it.
Oh no, we don't.
You would be tight.
Oh no, we don't.
If you're,
not going
you might have to. You might owe some money. You might owe some money, or if it worked like Married at First Sight, you'll be owing money. It'll be fines. All I'm saying is you will be tight. So he's tight. He loved that girl. I mean, yeah, you can ask her. But what I'm saying is he had every right to not be happy with seeing matter of fact, all of them, even the ones who decided to go on the show, they all have a right to be upset. They love the other person.
No, I didn't say he didn't have a right to be upset. I said he has the right to be upset, but he has to make sure that he handled it properly, because him acting the way that he started acting towards the end, which is what caused the argument, because he started acting like, oh, well, I don't know if I see you in my future no more since you want to keep going on dates with you guys. That's basically what he was getting at. And
Chloe, before I came in the chat, before I jumped in here, I just watched the scene again. Before I said what I had to say, that boy did not start it. I'm telling you, that was her.
I wish I could
listen. When he's wrong, I give it up. Just like I said, he's wrong for every time saying, "Yo, it's over, it's over." But in this situation, she was the first one to be aggressive. You can't raise your voice, and then when he raised his voice, he's in the wrong. No, like neither one of them are children. Bring it down.
But it's like you got to look at the body language. You can clearly tell that, and maybe you don't get it because you're not a woman, but you can clearly tell that Ashley is uncomfortable by the way that he's talking to her. Mm-hmm. And she did say previously that what? He only
wait a minute, hold on,
no,
1 second.
She let you finish.
You can't, Tiffy.
Clip. Let her finish her statement first.
All right, no problem.
And she stated it prior that, he wasn't like this before. He never, because one thing that she does not like is like verbally like aggressive people. And so for me watching that, I'm like, okay, I get that you may be insecure. I get that you may be a little bit jealous that, Kwame might come and scoop your girl up, which he should. But on the side of that, it's like, okay, calm down. Like, first of all, you're not talking to someone who you want to be your wife. You're not talking to her like you want her to be the mother of your children. You're talking to her like she's a sidewalk hoe, and he better fix the language. So I was like, not saying that's like, listen, all women deserve to be respected, but he's talking to her like he doesn't have respect for her. And that's the issue. He's talking to her as if he's not trying to marry her. That's not how you talk to someone that you want to marry. That's not how you talk to someone that you respect. So I agree with her. Like, her body language was just tense. You can see that she was physically upset. And that may be a reason why her voice went up, because she was at her breaking point. And me personally, I would have just left, because who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cliff.
I know how I do. What does that mean? She was like, well, you can. She even made it a point to say that you can see. I'll show you, but you don't know how I do it, something like that. I wrote it down somewhere. Go ahead, Cliff.
Chloe, I'm gonna address Tiffy in a minute. If you got your other phone or something, Play that. Remember how we used to do with Married at First Sight? Play that scene. I
You know what?
promise
I
you.
am.
Promise you, she was the aggressor. To Tiffy comment, you can't talk that. Oh, talk to a woman nicely and respectful when that woman gets aggressive. I don't care if it was my daughter. I tell my daughters, don't be disrespectful to whoever. I'm not gonna be like, yo, because you a female, he can't say whatever back to you. No, respect it should be given both ways. She was the aggressor. There's only so many times you're gonna be disrespectful or raise your voice, and the other person is like, oh, okay, all right. No, that's not realistic. And if you think married couples don't argue, you're wrong. So he didn't curse her or anything like that.
No, it's
Did
not
he
about
raise his voice?
cussing.
Yes.
It's
But
about
when
the
you say
tone,
he talked,
Cliff.
you said he spoke to her like she was nothing or some side chick. Married couples argue.
But there's still a way you have to talk to me when we argue.
Exactly. It's
That
like
goes
the way that
both
he talked to
ways.
her.
Like I said, play the scene. It goes both ways.
I'm
But
trying to find the episode, y'all.
why are you looking for it? I think, it's amazing. One thing that you said that was actually good because how many times are you going to be the punching bag before you boil over? And I think that's what this instant was for Ashley, at least. She was like, okay, Hollywood has been blowing up on her all season long. So of course she's gonna get a little bit annoyed, especially when he's doing it over the most and he's doing it in her house. And if we remember what she said at the last meeting, she said, her house has been, she's been she's miserable at her house because Hollywood is just giving her all this negative energy because she's going on the stage. So yes, I agree with you, Cliff, in that instance that how many times is Ashley going to be basically the beaten bag, the piñata for all his raging emotions before she goes and gives him some of that energy back? We have never seen Ashley before this point get talk to Hollywood anyway, but we've seen Hollywood time and time again blow up on her. It's about being able to handle your emotions and talk to someone respectfully. And he failed that.
Tiffy,
I agree.
when you it is around a 28 mark or something like that, Chloe.
At first, I gotta
Tiffy.
find the right video. There's so many videos.
Okay. What Hollywood does when you say he blow up, he'll say it could be over or whatever he says. I forgot the exact verbiage. And he's animated because he's upset. But he is never derogatory or nasty to her in those moments. Where he's wrong is where he said is over or we could be done. But what I'm saying is, I'm talking about this scene, what just happened. That man was not the aggressor. And y'all making it seem like he was the aggressor, and that's not true.
No, we're
And
not
even
saying
if,
that.
and even hold on,
No, we didn't say he was the aggressor.
Chloe, you did say he was the aggressor. Yes, you
I
did.
said he has to Y'all, I'm trying to think and do two things at one time. I'm sorry. I'll come. Y'all go ahead.
Me and Tiffy.
I'm trying to find a place.
No problem.
Wait, I just found it.
No problem.
Hold on. Yes, we was. Yes, he was. Okay, Ashley said he was. She in the chat. I'm putting up the scene now. Don't worry. Hold up. This YouTube version, so y'all know they got the files and stuff in the back. All right, y'all pay close attention. Can y'all see it?
Can't hear it.
Hollywood has a hard time with me going on repeat because like these days about insecurity I've never even witnessed. As more than I know myself without but the thing is how we see. Right. Like when I saw my teacher, I didn't see my teacher without winning. With the way you rock.
It ain't coming out clear, Chloe.
Hold on, let me find another episode because whoever put this video got me effed up tonight, y'all. They got the whole thunder in the background.
It sounds like a manga video.
Why y'all let me go with that long? Why y'all didn't stop me way before we got that far in? Y'all not even ready for that. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. And it took me a while to realize that we had the whole thunder and lightning in the background. Y'all sitting here watching it with me. Let me find the right episode. She actually said he knows that she don't like to be cursed at. Hi, hey Miss C. Y'all, let me see if I can find the right.
Yes, but even
oh wait,
what
question was I about to ask Ashley before she jumped in here?
You're gonna ask
quick question, Ashley. When you guys, I know y'all didn't know y'all was gonna be dating other people, but was it too late to back out once you found out you was gonna be dating other people, or you had to go through it because the contract was already signed? That was the question. But y'all go ahead. I'm gonna look for another episode.
I think it's interesting, right? Watching it without the volume, because you can see the body language better, right? And you kind of see how his face changed up, and you can see that she just looked like she was like either sad or uncomfortable or something in her face. It just didn't look happy. That's all I know, right? And so I'm like, there's no way you can sit here and be like, okay, he was in the right in that instance. I don't understand how you could sit here and be like, okay, I mean, yes, it takes two to argue and all that stuff, but I think clearly, she wasn't having that conversation. So I want to hear what Cliff thinks about that from what you saw there.
Give me 1 second. I'm putting something in the chat. Give me a second.
If anyone finds the video, can you please send it to me in my DM on Instagram or something where it'd be better for us to watch it? At least because I don't know what.
I just put it in your Chloe. I just put it in your link. I mean, in the chat. That's the link. It's like at the 20.
How am I going to click on that? I'm going to
copy.
Oh, let me go online. You right. All right, let me go to it. Where's the stuff?
Download the Domino's app today.
All right, let me find the link. Okay. We say it's at what mark now, Cliff?
Give me a second.
Are these people what we talking about? All right, here we go. Gotcha. Oh, wait, no, not Siri. My bad, y'all.
I didn't get that.
No, Siri, she just be doing the most.
It seems like you still got some play you're trying to do. No, not really. Hollywood has a hard time with me going on repeat dates with Kwame because I know that he knows that I like him. But these dates have brought out an insecurity that I've never even witnessed. That's one of the things, man, I never saw myself without you. You knew that already. But this dating process, I don't need to see if you make me happy. Right. I already know you my future. But I'm saying, like, when I saw my future, I didn't see my future without you in it. But the way you rocking is the way you feel. Because right now, I guarantee that man feel like you like him. Well, why are you focused on him? I'm not jealous of this man because I'm way cooler than that. But I'm jealous of you. You even let yourself to even go that long of a route. Which, you know what I'm saying? Like, so right now, you don't even know if I'm even in your future. You was there. There what? I'm talking about now. I'm talking about present. Like I said, it's really hard to know my girl's out there excited going on dates with another dude. You're just so fixated. Because it hurts. It really hurts. I get it, but what frustrates me about you, like seriously, is that when we having a conversation about the future, you're stuck in the past. If you don't have a vision for us, that's scary. Yeah. How can you not see a future with me just because I'm doing something that is what we both signed up to do? We didn't sign up getting no feelings. We signed go on different dates. So is it something that
all right, pause. Because I don't want to get shut off from playing that for too long. We're going to go back to it, but I want to get a second. So, first things first. Okay, so wait, Ashley did answer. Hold on. She said that they did sign, but they could have backed out. So yes, they both agreed at that point to the process. Get out that Christmas bag, y'all. Yeah, we trying to get the Christmas tree. But anyway, they did agree that they was going to go on a date with the other people once they decided, once they knew what it was. So we can't act like we didn't know what it was now. Okay, we're talking about the future vision. They were talking about, okay, so she said we were talking about the future vision and he wouldn't stay on topic. We talked for a minute of me trying to bring him back to what we were supposed to be talking about, and he kept being snippy and changing.
You know what I saw? Let's talk about it. Okay. What y'all hear that? He said, hold on, let me just calculate. Let me calculate. I'm not an accountant, but let me calculate. Because he said
Get on my
he
nerve.
did he saw her in in his future before. Before. What about now?
Thank you. That's why she got mad. And that's why I
got
tried to tell Cliff, like, you can't say that just because we're doing the process that we're supposed to be doing together, that we both agreed to. Now you want to be mad at me for doing it? And I'm not your future now?
like hold on. Oh my Jesus.
Hey, Ellie.
Whether it's Hollywood or Tiffy, what's your girl name?
Who? Ashley or Shay?
Your girl.
Or
Shay.
Tamika?
She likes Shay.
You know who your
I love Shay.
girl Shay. Okay, whether it's Shay or Hollywood, if they see their mate going on several dates with somebody, of course they're gonna feel away. Of course that might put doubt in their head. Like, how is that not logical?
The difference is, right, in the reaction, right? Yes, tit for tat is not good, but Shay gave Michael the space to go through the experiment and she worked on herself in the meantime. All right. She said at the end she chose Michael. She never switched it up. She never said she was leaving the relationship. She stuck to the experiment. For
Right.
Hollywood, he's saying he wants to leave every 2 minutes. And on top of that, he is so focused about the other guy where he needs to be focused on what he needs to do to put a ring on that finger. Okay?
Well
This is not a
said.
competition.
So wait.
Hold on one
Because
second,
Tiffy,
Cliff.
now
Hold
you
on. Let
going with
Ellen
that
talk.
BS.
She's
But
up
she
here.
wasn't saying that about Shay, and I'm trying to see what's the difference. Because Shay was not happy. Shay was not happy with homeboy going on all them dates, and you did not have that same energy
But Shay
about
didn't
the
act.
process.
But Shay did not act like Hollywood. She was never happy about it, but she didn't start, arguments with him and blowing up and being angry. She didn't do none of that. You can't say she did any of that. Yeah, she may have felt some type of way. Yeah, she may have rolled her eyes a little bit or been in her confessional like, I just don't like it. But she never once broke out and was like, you can do it. No,
Shay breaking the rules Shay breaking the rules because she felt the way wasn't her acting out.
Oh, well, that was tit for tat, but that wasn't right either. We talking about conversation. Hey, Ellie girl, go ahead.
What I'm trying to say is, my point of bringing that up is everybody reacts differently.
We're going to finish watching the clip in a few. Go ahead, Ellie.
Hey, so I'm cracking up at Cliff. He always be going so hard.
Yes.
He was trying to defend the man tribe. Listen. Oh my gosh. Cliff, like, we get that. I mean, we're looking at it from a overarching situation. Like, it's no security in that every time you get in an argument with your dude, that he's ready to like up and leave. Like, who wants to deal with that? And then, I'm sorry, even if you get married, there's no guarantee that he's not gonna say that. Well, then we just gonna get a divorce. Like, come on. I don't, who wants to deal with that? Just because I'm not going along your way and going the way in which you want to go, then it's, abort mission. Like, mm-mm. And that's where I felt her frustration in that moment. And you could see it in her face, like, sir, you're saying the same thing I'm saying, but you don't like the way I'm saying it. You are also saying that you don't see me in your future because I'm out here on this date. When you went out on a date too, it's not like one person is doing it any different than the other, except for the fact that he's just rotating his chicks out, you know. And like Ashley had said before in another interview, if it was up to him and he was really getting the women that he wanted to court, I think this would have been a different show. But considering that he didn't get the picks that he felt or found some interest in, now it's like, let me go hard on her, or let me, you know, constantly remind her like I've been doing all this for 9 years. I've been da da da
Mm-hmm.
da da for 9 years. No, don't manipulate me like that. Like, you shouldn't even have to tell me that. And if I know you've been doing it for 9 years, I don't need to be reminded, my G. Like, relax. Don't try to convince me with all the good stuff just to divert or deflect from the things that, you know, will matter in the long run. Like being able to have a productive conflict resolution instead of I just back down because you ain't a cold. What do you say? You cold. Now I'm cold, not a hot boy, or something like that. I
Yeah, I'm
forget.
cold, not a hot boy. Yeah, I'm too cold to be a
Come
hot
on,
boy.
I'm too cold to be a hot boy. Like, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. That does
But
not
it's
give.
okay for her to say she could
It
go do
doesn't
her.
have,
You never see me do her. Like, come on, yeah, come on, y'all.
but he
Cliff,
said it
Come on,
how
y'all.
first.
many
He said
times he said
I
that
can do
though?
me. You know I can go do me. Or something like that he said. I wrote it down.
How
Let
many
me read it.
times I said it to y'all? I said it to Ashley. He is wrong for that. Anytime, like that's not what I'm debating. That's not even y'all bringing that up, but I'm not, because I don't debate that. I said over and over, he's wrong for that. Bringing up, yo, it could
Oh,
be over.
all right,
Like
Cliff. So my question
I
to you
didn't
would
know.
be, actually, my question to everyone would be, would you stay in a relationship where ever so often they're threatening to leave? Would you stay in a relationship like that? Personally,
No.
me, I wouldn't. I'd be on to the next.
That's quick. That's easy for y'all to say, but y'all don't know that.
Cliff,
That's
would you?
easy. In theory, hold on. In theory, you say that,
Okay,
right?
but look,
But if you in a
here's how I want
relationship,
you to
they
look
got
at it.
nine.
Wait,
Hold on, they got 9 years together. They don't have like a couple of months, or they have 9 years together. So I don't just expect her to be like, you know what, f you, or him to say f you is over.
right. But
Just
let me speaking as a married woman. Me and my husband, we get into very, very, very. Sometimes it can be intense. We, like couples do, married people do. Not once do we go, I want a divorce. I don't want to do this no more. I'm out. We may say, like, we may have those words around the topic because, like, but you don't come out your mouth and actually say it, because once you speak it, you have spoken it into the universe. So every time when you're in a relationship, if that person feels like, oh, you can go, I can go, blah, 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 I don't need you. If that's the mentality you have in a relationship, that's the same mentality it's going to be when you get married. Don't think because you get married that's going to change. Now, instead of saying you could go, it's going to be I want a divorce every time you get in an argument. Don't nobody want to hear that every time you get into an argument. So we can't argue like adults and get over this. So
like I
in that
said,
case, it doesn't make it. You can't debate it. You don't say it. That's just it.
but the fact that, but we not, but see, y'all arguing the point that I'm not arguing. If I just said over and over, and this is showing y'all not listening to me. He was wrong. I don't know if y'all want me to say it in Spanish or what. I said he was wrong for that. I even said it to Ashley when she was on here with Tamika. He was wrong for that. But I'm talking about this argument right here. And just to go back to what Ellie said, she made a statement about how he's saying, oh, how he does this and he does that. I don't think he's throwing it on her face. When she brings up, hey, this guy do this, that, and the third, he says, well, I done that too. And he even made the statement, I believe, when he was on here. And it's a true statement. When you're with somebody new, everything can seem fresh, this, that, and the third. But when y'all got time in, you're gonna see the bad stuff. And yes, and I could understand. Could y'all women, y'all could you imagine if you're in a relationship and then you've been cooking, cleaning, doing whatever else, and then you still going on a date, and then your mate, Mr. Johnson, started talking about, oh, homegirl cooked her behind off, or she laid my shoes out and put my clothes together, did this, that, and the third that you
What kind
already
of
do.
date they on? Because last time I checked, this was
I'm just bringing up stuff. What I'm saying is, if he start naming stuff that another woman did that you already do, you will feel a way. So y'all making it seem like he's supposed to be a robot. Like either you
Clear.
want him to show emotions or you don't.
Clear.
You can't want a man. 1 second, Ellie. You can't want a man to say, "Yo, I want you to express your feelings and say your piece," and then when he say it, because it's not what you like, it's a problem.
it's a way
And I'm
to say
talking to y'all.
everything.
I'm not even talking about Ashley. I'm really talking to y'all.
It's a way to say everything.
But
Go ahead,
Cliff,
Ellie.
like you don't. She already knows. Just because she's mentioning it doesn't mean that it's a disqualification of what Hollywood has done. Like at this point, he has a more secure spot than Kwame. But the difference is she's just saying this is new, this is fresh. We know that. Everything feels good in the moment, right? And when it's fresh and it's new, that's all it is. It is refreshing to go and be out the house and be in front of somebody where you're not arguing 24/7, or somebody is not
Right.
telling you that they too cold to be a hot boy and I didn't did this for 9 years. That sounds nagging. And I know that because I've said that, in previous relationships. And now I get how annoying that is. Like, yo, I know what you do. I'm not blind. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. I get it. This is just a statement that I made.
So
Like
you don't. So
nobody's telling
Ellie,
him to not have emotions. That's not what we're saying. It's how you display that emotion. If we both
Sweet.
agree to go on here, right, and then we're both going through the process, just because the process isn't working out to the way you like it, now you just want to sabotage it and throw a tantrum. Like it's very toddler tantrum like. If he had just been like, you know what, man, I ain't trying to hear nothing that no other dude doing for you. Boom, cut it. She probably would have been like, you right. Because I wouldn't want to hear what, some other chick is doing for you.
Right.
End of confrontation or end of story, and then move on. But I done did this and I did that. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so are you doing it to get brownie points and to throw it up in my face? Because that's what it very much sounds like. Or are you doing this from the heart? Because if it's from the heart, it don't matter what nigga come in and take her out on a date and give her a pineapple. Like you are secure. It wouldn't phase me. Oh, word. Oh, she did that. Cool. Well, I've been doing it for 9 years. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to say that. I know that. So I'm good. If you are as confident as you come across, that shouldn't even rattle your feathers. Like, come on, fam. Really.
Right. Agreed.
I
I think
agree. You said that really well, Ellie. Go, girl.
I think also, right, it's a matter of, if you if you're confident, then you don't have to say it. I agree. But also, I think another issue is that he's not taking accountability for the whole nine, You're talking about the good. Take accountability for the good and for the bad. You did all
Right.
that for 9 years. What about all the pain and hurt you caused her? And in the uncertainty that you had around the wedding. Take accountability about that. She might change up and be more welcoming and see, okay, he's actually growing from this experience. But you want to be coloring the yellow and leaving all the black to the side. Baby, color in the whole picture.
Right.
And maybe we'll see some growth. But he only wants to take care of the good. But he doesn't understand that Kwame's coming in with the good, and he doesn't have any of that negative baggage attached to him. You have to recognize everything that's in your suitcase because, sweetie, you're going up a mountain, he got a backpack, and you got 2 luggages. Whoever makes it at the end of the race, you might have more endurance, but whoever makes it at the end of the race is the person who's taking accountability for everything. That's all we're saying, Cliff. We're not saying that, he's scot-free and this, that, and the other. We're just saying that some of the things that he's saying is coming off that he's not really growing from this experience. I see it that he's treating it more like a competition, that Kwame might come and steal his girl, that he's losing hindsight, that he is so far ahead already if he just takes accountability for that he's done and grows from it.
I
So
think you have a good point
this is
because even after
oh my
watching Shay and Michael, even though I totally don't, I got my own view on that situation, but I also feel as though they both still did the process the way it was supposed to be done, and they still came out, I guess, to a certain extent, a little bit stronger. Because, like, yeah, she didn't want to accept his son, but she realized, like, okay, if I want this man, I'm gonna have to, accept all that comes with him. Even while he was, dating other people, she was working on fixing herself for him because she saw that it's a possibility that someone could take my man. And I think that's what Hollywood should be doing, is fixing himself for Ashley, being as though he can see that somebody come take his woman. Just my opinion.
So now we're gonna act like we move this over here. You said accountability. So he didn't come in here and say the things he did wrong. We gonna act like we didn't hear that. And if you definitely didn't have that same energy when he was here.
He never not took accountability for what he did, but he also has to focus on fixing those wrong.
So he never told us he was wrong and how he moved. He never said that.
Focus on fixing, not just taking accountability. I can tell you, that's just like saying I take accountability, I cheated. And then I cheat again. Oh, I take accountability, I cheated. I keep cheating, but I still take accountability for it. So as long as I do that, we
but how,
be good,
okay,
right?
wait a minute. How is, okay, that's not the greatest analogy. I get what you're saying.
Either
but my
way,
thing is, he didn't. I get what you're saying. My thing is, he embarrassed her by his actions, the whole standing up and not wanting to get married or being scared, as he said. But the fact is, he want to be married. He do want to be married. He want to fix that. Now that's up to her, of course, right? Mm-hmm. But my point is, from this situation. Now she said he cursed on camera. They never showed him cursing or anything. I'm going off of what I seen, and what I seen was her.
Did I not? I'm not bugging because he did get a little
feisty. He definitely caught an attitude, but I didn't hear him curse. But the first person I seen be aggressive was her.
But it's not about cursing.
I'm going off of what she just said in the comments.
True, but it's not about cussing. You can be disrespectful. I can read you for filth and not let a single foul word come out of my mouth. Sorry. There we go. It's not about cussing, right? I can read you for filth and not let a single foul word come out of my mouth. The issue is about the tone. It's disrespectful in the tone. It's disrespectful in how flagrant and dismissive it is. It's not about being derogatory. You can disrespect me by being nice, nasty. You can disrespect me by being aggressive. All right. You don't have to cuss me out.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelsey.
Hey, y'all. No, okay. So I've been watching some of y'all's lives, but I didn't miss the last couple. In regards to Hollywood and old girl, I don't think either one of them really want to be with the other. They just don't want to say they wasted X amount of time. She mad at herself because she didn't leave him when he was unsure about the wedding. And he doesn't have a good view of women because of his mother. But at a certain point, when you're an adult, you can't blame your problems on someone else. You have to take accountability and fix what's broken within you. Both of them are broken. She mad that her dad's never going to walk her down the aisle. She mad that she didn't leave him when she should have. She's mad that she's having to even go through all this. He's mad that they're there. He's mad about his mom treating him the way that he did. And he's only acting right now because he's afraid of losing the one woman that has stuck by him through thick and thin. When she's sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I honestly feel like they're only together because they don't want to hear I told you so. And as far as Shay and Michael, that's never going to work. She only wants what she can't have. And he only wants her because she slighted him. And now he gets to kind of get revenge on her. Because men can be just as petty as women. And the fact that she doesn't want your kid around, you should have said, well, let's just end this right now, because your kid comes first. Your child did not ask to be here. And what's going to end up happening is one day she going to meet somebody with deeper pockets and leave you hanging, and you're going to have things with your child that you're not going to have to fix what's broken within him, because you did not put him first. Your children did not ask to be here. Because if Chloe's husband said, well, I don't really think I want to be a dad today, I don't think, and then Chloe would be like, well, you know what, it's time for you to go.
Right.
Take your stuff and leave. And I think that these couples, while the show is amazing, it really brings to light what is broken within Black people. It brings to light in how we don't seek professional help. It brings to light how we have babies having babies, people that are unequipped to have children. They don't have the support system. It's just generation after generation of kids raising kids, trauma bonds after trauma bonds. Every last
Right.
one will have brokenness within them. And they needed to have fixed themselves before they got with somebody else. Because all hurt people do is hurt people. Like that's it.
Right.
Like,
Right,
Um,
Kelsey.
I have, so in
Hold.
this instance, right? Sorry. Oh, you was about to say something, Chloe?
No, go ahead.
Oh, it- because Cliff want to keep bringing it back to we talking about this incident, right? Cliff, you know how frustrating it is to unconditionally love someone, and someone only love you based on the conditions to which you are abiding by. And I think that is how Ashley feels. She's been holding him down unconditionally, the loss of her dad, and then, learning a backstory that he had been asked for her hand and things like that. And time, putting your feelings aside, and not that he asked, she did it willingly, but that is a part of having unconditional love for somebody. Only to get through this process, and when the tables turn, and now you're feeling away, and now the person who you've spent these last 9 years with, and who says they want to spend eternity with you, to only find that their love is very conditional. It's conditional upon the fact that you ain't moving the way I want you to move, so I'm about to go out here and wild out too. Like, mm,
I agree.
like, come on, that's crazy. Like,
Like,
I'm not
come
about to
on,
go.
homeboy don't even be wanting to go on dates. So how's he going to wild out too?
Hold
Cliff.
up.
He never come
Ashley's
off
here.
like that.
Let her let Hey Ashley.
But that's
Hey, boo.
what I'm saying is that's how that comes across. If I've chosen to stick by you through the first proposal, the second proposal, and no marriage came of that, and I'm still riding with you, and now we collectively going through this process, but and still watching you go out with women, and you talking crazy on your dates, you saying some little shady stuff, some little slick stuff, and what we don't see, maybe Ashley is addressing it at that time in the house, but that's not being filmed, so we only going off what was actually shown
Being
to the public. And it just seems like a person with unconditional love is going up against a person who is very conditional. Because to say that, oh, well, this can be over, or I'm going to leave, or this and the third, and blah blah blah, or if it was me, and if the roles were reversed, I would have left. You should have left then. Da 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 da. That's that
micro.
is the pain, yeah, and that is the turmoil in which she's dealing with. And so now you're trying to decide, like, somebody who I love so unconditionally, who that I've put a lot of things aside, I've let him slide on a lot of things I wouldn't let other dudes do, is now sitting up here telling me that because I didn't went on a fifth date with some dude who really don't hold no light to him, and now you're ready to throw this 9 years away. So really, does it this time even really mean anything to you, or are you just reacting out of anger, and again, like a toddler throwing a tantrum, to which that's another issue too, Like, these things just need to be addressed before we go walking down the aisle, because that is not going to change whether we share the same last name or not. You're still going to do the same things unless you confront it and address it. And that is what she's saying. Like, fam, you clearly don't see me in your future because you're not doing anything. You're not making any changes in this process at
That's
all.
part of him. He's not.
That is 100%. When I tell you, that is 100% of what I feel and what I said. 100%. You hit the nail on the head. That's why I felt like I really didn't even have to come in here, because you were expressing everything that was in my heart, everything in my head, and everything that came out of my mouth sitting there. Of course, y'all didn't see all of that, but that was what we were talking about. It was actually a part that is not shown, that I kept reiterating to him that I don't care about my like for Kwame or whatever, but I will never choose this man over you. It is always you. And I gave him that reassurance. And that's what you're not understanding, is that I gave him that reassurance on every level. And of course, y'all not seeing it, but it is what it is. The part, Cliff, that I came on here to say is that he did curse. I just rewinded myself. If you're watching it on TV, it's at second 28:22, and you probably didn't hear him, but he said, F it. That was the part. What y'all don't understand is that for me, in my personal life, I don't like a man to curse at me when we're arguing. You can curse, you can do whatever. And me personally, as a woman, I don't even use curse words. I do not curse. And so he knows that in an argument, that is a soft spot for me because of other issues that I've had to deal with. But I don't like a man to talk to a woman like that. And so he knows that once you say that, you are crossing a line of disrespect that is no point. So of course you might see me get aggressive and you might see me get louder, but that is because at that moment, which I can play it and turn the volume up since I'm not showing it because I look a hot mess right now, but this man actually said it. He said F it. And when he said that to me, he knows what that's going to incite. He know that, that was going to cause me to come a whole nother way. So
Did
yes,
you feel in when he said that? You felt caged in, so you felt like you had to fight back because
I didn't feel caged in. I felt like he was calling me out. Like, now he's like, well, I don't care about your feelings. I'm going to go. And so then it gets to a defensive mode. You'll hear me say, who are you talking to? Why are you saying this? Because in normal setting, he does not curse at me because he knows what that feels like to me.
So do you think that was on, like, for the cameras a little bit?
Of course, 100%. 100%. But then,
so is it always like that? Like, when you're with people, it's always the extra, the Hollywood version.
And that's the thing. It's not. Outside of that, it's Al. On camera, you turn into Hollywood and you turn into another person that my thing is, we can argue. You can feel the way you feel. I'm not discrediting or dismissing your feelings because that's not who I am. I understand how this can get under your skin, but learn how to communicate like an adult. Learn how to use this emotional maturity and stability, stand in it, and let's have a conversation and not just be so quick to throw me away because I'm not doing what you want me to do, which is manipulative, period.
Right.
And that is what I was trying to tell him, that it's manipulative. So then you manipulate, and I fell for it, the cursing. That was a way for you to get under my skin because now you're not making me change my mind and say, okay, fine, I'm not going to go on another date with this man. Like, I'm not addressing that because, number one, that's not what I was supposed to be talking about.
Right. Quick question, Ashley. Was this before your date or after?
Before.
Was this like right before or like days before?
It was right before.
Mm-hmm. So you think he was trying to, do you think that it kind of escalated to that because you was about to go out?
Yes, 100%. Yes. And I said it in the sessions. I said it all the time. I felt like he was trying to get me because anytime it was time for me to go on a date, which y'all don't see. When it's time for me to go on a date, that day I was happy. I was in a great mood. And I'm like, let's do this process. Let's get it. He was in a great mood. Camera comes on. All of a sudden, you're not in a good mood anymore. And you're doing this because you didn't have a date, but you're trying to manipulate and you're trying to get in my head. So I'm just like, fine, I don't want to go on a date. But then it backfires on you. You try to do that. And he did it all the time. When I tell you, every time behind the scenes, he was arguing. It was not a good feeling in that house. And that's normally not how he is. But I kept reassuring him, regardless of whatever insecurity you're feeling, sweetheart, I'm never going to pick nobody over you. I kept telling him that on, off camera, around the camera, whatever. I'm not picking this man over you. I don't care how much I like him, how much you feel threatened. I'm not picking this man over you. And like I said, that's exactly how I felt. You have so much, you already in the lead over this man. You are in the lead over this man.
why do you think he felt threatened when y'all have such a history of such a long-standing relationship? Why do you think he felt the threat of like this man that I've known all of 2 seconds who doesn't even know my favorite color can take this woman from me who I've known for years, who I know every single thing about her, everything that she likes, dislikes, loves, doesn't love, all that. Why do you think that became such a problem that he didn't have that confidence?
For me, I felt like it was a problem because he knows that 9 years was a waste. Not a waste, but he knows that he played some games and wasted a lot of time. And so when you waste a lot of time and you think, dang, I did play around a lot, somebody really can, that reality hit him that somebody really can come in.
The catch-up game.
Right. Somebody can come in and really take my gal. Like, I think that's
right.
what he was thinking. Like, I wasted enough of her time that maybe she's really at her end. I think in his head, he really felt like that. Like, this could really be the end for me.
So do you think that's why he was ready to rush and get married right quick, was because he felt
I don't know. And that's my thing. I don't know what your motivation behind that is. I don't. So let's come here and figure it out. But when you're trying to manipulate and say, no, I'm going to do all of this because I don't want you to go nowhere, that's the thing you don't do to a woman. I would rather you say, sweetheart, that hurt me so much, and it bothers me to see you connect with somebody like that. I love you. I'm scared to lose you.
Right.
And then
work on him to be better for you instead of being mad for you doing the process.
Period. And that's my whole point. Do that. And then I would have probably said, you know what, you're right. Let's work on it. Let's not go. But when you're telling me you trying to manipulate me to not go on a date and all the other stuff you're doing, no, that's even more reason like, okay, well, let's go. And then when you say, well, you know me, oh, well, sir, you know me. Like, you about to get this work too. Like,
putting conditions on things.
Yes.
So that boxes you in to feel like you can't go and do this without somehow having more guilt than he does when he's doing the same exact thing.
Period. And the thing is, you asked this. You asked at one point in time for you to be able to date other people. You wanted that. So now,
when he later, why wasn't that the end for you? When he asked that, why wasn't that like a clue to, okay, this may not be
the thing is with me, I think by being with him for so long, I do recognize that a lot of the things he says, and that's not an excuse, but a lot of things he says, I know he does not mean it. That was another thing that was my issue with him, is that he does not say what he means. And for example, he'll say, our boundaries were totally different. His boundaries was, you can do whatever it is you want to do, but you just cannot have sex with somebody. That was his boundaries. But when you see Andre on the second date, massaging my hands at the paint and sip, you was like upset outside of the scene. When I tell you this boy blew up, I don't care what I told you, still shouldn't have done it. Wait, what? So my thing is, you don't say what you mean, huh?
You followed conditions and rules, but then when there was something outside of what he felt was outside of the rules, it caused a blow up.
It wasn't outside the rules, because my rule was I could do whatever I want as long as I don't.
No sex.
So him massaging my hand was not outside of the rules. As long as
right
was not in my vagina, then we were good.
So did he wait? I know on this episode, I don't think I missed it, but you didn't mention the pineapple exchange, did you?
I did not.
So how did wait, is that coming up next episode or no?
No, the thing is, no, I didn't tell him. I didn't tell him then.
So how did that work? I mean, like, is he seeing it now?
Right, he's seen it. I did tell him. It just was off camera. Because of the type of person it is, I didn't want me to have that conversation with him in front of everybody. But I did have that conversation with him before it aired. And that's the thing. He knew everything before it aired. Of course, it's different when you see it.
Yeah.
But I did have that conversation with him. But
because I was sitting there like, "Ooh, Hollywood gonna blow up when they sit down with Dr. Nicole," and then I was like, "Oh, she be right around that little pineapple." I was like, "Oh, she not gonna say it, okay?" Lord. And I was like, "Oh, so we gonna act like we don't know what happened, okay?"
Please do not bring that up. This boy is and I didn't even realize, y'all, it was crazy because I didn't even realize he had on a pineapple shirt in the session. And I was like,
Oh my God! Wait, he did.
He did. I didn't realize it until somebody could have said it on Friday.
Oh my goodness! I did not see that. Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to go rewatch just so I can see it.
Lord, y'all. I was like, they was like, how you let this boy go in here with a pineapple shirt? And I totally forgot. Y'all, we was just trying to match.
You mashed him right into the casement.
Matched it, right? It probably was like perfect.
Oh Lord, I'm excited to see how this turns out
Ashley,
though.
Huh?
Ashley,
Yeah. Oh, what?
don't what me.
Lord.
Uh-uh.
When you said Hollywood wanted to date other people, when was this? Was this like since y'all been on the show, before the show?
Oh no, before the show. Like the period when I mentioned doing the pushing back and forth. I want this, I don't want it. I want this, I don't want it. I want to date other people. I want it. No, I want to marry you. I want, like, that period is when he said it. After he proposed. And
okay.
Yeah, and that's when he said it. But regardless of when he said it, for me, I'm like, you said it, and look at God. He granted your wish. But I people too. Let's go.
Be careful what you ask
let me
for.
hold up, Chloe. Has he been on that notion the last few years?
What notion? That he wants
to like date other people?
No, he hasn't said no, he hasn't said that. Since he said, okay, you know what, I'm ready now, let's go. No, he hasn't. He's definitely not said that.
So I asked that because I wanted to understand the situation.
Well, can I speak before you go, Ashley? I feel as though like you still have to be careful about what you say. Words carry weight no matter how long ago it is. It's just like if you and don't want to trigger anyone, but like if a mother tells their child that they hate them, you don't think they're going to carry that with them longer in life just because they said it 3 years ago that now all of a sudden, oh, I don't remember it. So you can't say just because, oh, it wasn't recent, it doesn't carry any weight. Words carry weight. So if you're telling me, oh, I want to date other people, I want to see other people, oh, I want to get married, you know what? No, I don't. I want to date other people. And it's been 2 years from now, I'm still going to have that notion that, you know, what you said, those words are still going to carry weight no matter when you said it.
Then Chloe, then you need to fix that. I'm sorry, but if I say something to you and then I change down the line, because people change and feelings change. Just like if I'm dating someone, I'm not in love with them right away. I care for them, or I might really like them, but I might be open to messing with other women. They could talk to whoever else, but then down the line, when I love them, I'm not with it. Like, people change.
Right.
But if you're going to hold on to certain things over their head, like, that's crazy.
It's not holding it over your head. It's not over your head. I agree 100% with you said. Words have weight. And that's why they say be mindful of what you say, because you can't take stuff back. Regardless of how many times you say sorry, you cannot take your words back. And they have meaning to someone. Once they hit that heart, they hit that brain, they're there regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that, Ashley, but in the same breath, it's for that person to either let it go or whatever. Exactly. My whole point is people feel different at different times.
Okay, y'all.
Just like there was a point in time where there was a point in time where you and Hollywood didn't love each other.
Okay, time out.
That's all I'm trying to say is with time things change.
Okay,
wait, hold on.
Okay, time out.
Okay, wait.
I want to say something right quick. So I agree with everyone. And this is the therapist hat that Chloe likes that I'm going to put on for a second. So, yeah. So when you say something, words do carry weight and they will have weight forever. But I think part of the issue that I see with Hollywood, I don't know this man from a can of paint other than what I see on TV. He has no ownership and no accountability for what he says. Because at a certain point, you keep saying, I don't mean something, but then you turn around in the next breath when you're mad at me and say, well, I can go do me. You know, I can go do me. No, that doesn't matter. When you say something, you have to own it. And you say, well, I'm this way because of this. Well, are you going to forgive your mom for being her way? Because you're your way, but and actually supposed to take that. So why, if she can take this, you can't take that? You have to take ownership in how you treat people. You have to take ownership in the words that you choose to say, the actions you choose to take. Whether they were 5 years ago or 5 minutes ago, that does not matter. The hurt is still the same. The pain is still the same. It could be a girl that looks just like the girl he cheated on you with walking down the street. And now you have to go back and apologize, deal with that pain every single day. It doesn't go away because time. It goes away because a person shows you that they have changed. They take ownership. They do not back down from when you say that really hurt me when you said that. And I know you've apologized, but I just want to let you know that hurt me. So you re-apologize and you retake the ownership. But at the same time, once that apology has been given, it is up to you to say, okay, you've given the apology. I accept it. I'm going to agree to this and move on. But you can't keep going back and forth on both sides, on his side and her side. And I get what Cliff is saying about once people grow into love, things change. Yes, absolutely. But pain does not have an expiration date. It does not give a
And listen to the context clues. They were engaged, and then this, I don't want to call him the N-word. I'm not saying that. Then this man says, I want to, let's not go through with this. We're not walking down the aisle. I think I want to date other people. Fam, you're beyond liking me. You love me if you try and give me your last name, no? So,
Right.
Cliff, we're not rolling with that.
like,
I understand exactly what you're saying.
You said it totally wrong. Unless Ashley could confirm that. What he came on and said his reason for not getting married was not what you just said. It was not about wanting to date other people.
Ashley.
He said he didn't say when. She didn't say that was a part of not getting married.
Wait,
That
Ashley. Wait.
the part of him.
When you guys broke up, after you broke off the engagement, did he say he wanted to see other people?
Yes.
Cliff not listening.
He not listening. He just wanted to date with us.
Represent the man side and don't give
Well, again.
to say, nah, he was wrong all the way around. If he's wrong all the way around, he's wrong. It's no excuses. Period. Point blank.
and it's the dropping. It's, I put all my eggs in this basket. I trusted you to carry this basket, and then instead of you toting it, you just decided to rip the bottom out of it and let all the eggs fall. And
Period.
now you expect me to pick all these yolks and these cracks up and put them back together and hand them to you and say, okay, good luck carrying it across the finish line this time. I know you got it. You got it.
Period.
Oh, you don't have it.
Okay.
You don't have it now. It's ownership. Like, it's okay to mess up, but own your fuck up. Own your mess up. Own it.
So Kelsey, hold on. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Because it's something you said. So if a person make a mistake, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cheat. Let's say they cheated. Whatever. Yeah, let's go with cheating because that's the norm, right?
Yeah.
They cheated. A person cheated. They wind up staying together. And is the person who cheated, as the years go on, should have to keep hearing that they did wrong and that they cheated? Should that be okay within a relationship? Is that okay? I cheated on you in 2000, so in 2010, 2020, and whenever else, when you feel like bringing it up, I gotta keep hearing that. I gotta eat that.
Wait, so let me ask you. Hold on 1 second. Wait 1 second. Let me ask a question. So so the only reason why you would keep bringing up something if someone is doing something that causes it to be brought up.
Bingo.
So therefore, I'm not going to keep bringing up someone cheating on me if you have done nothing or given me 3 signs or clues that we can be going back down that road.
Amen.
Okay. Y'all, can I answer? Go
ahead, Kelsey.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is where I get where you're trying to go with this, Cliff. So I'm gonna go where you want to go for a second. You're saying once it's done, I apologize. I've accepted the apology. It should be over with. But here's the thing. Yes, that is true in certain cases. But in Ashley and Holloway's case, for example, that's what we're talking about here. Let's just call it space. He's still doing things that bring up the acts of incongruence, that still bring up the past.
Yeah.
When you and that means, so when you're still doing things that bring up pain to me, it's new pain reintroduced because of the old pain.
Right.
So when you're saying I can go do me, well, how do I know if I marry you, you're still not going to go do you? How do I know if I marry you, you're not going to talk down to me? Or when the camera the Hollywood instead of the owl. How do I know this? How do I know that, when you're dating, you can just get your stuff and go. When you're married, it's a whole set of things. Like, here's the thing that I'm thinking about. When you're married, right? Chloe, you and your husband are married. If you get into a car accident tomorrow, your husband has to make every single decision about your life. So how can I trust that I can trust you with my physical well-being when I know I cannot trust you with my emotional well-being? I cannot trust you with my spiritual well-being because those two are tied together. How can I trust that this be what you say it's going to be? Because before, when you said it, you ripped the basket and the eggs fell on the ground and there's yolks everywhere. But you want me to pick up these eggshells. So everything that I'm talking about is still present because you're still doing the small acts of microaggression that led to you straying, that led to this attitude, that led to me being nasty, that led to me coming at you like out the box like that. It's those things that still make the cheating in 2010 and 2020 present, because you're still doing the things, that the steps, the 1, 2, 3 that led up to 4 and 5.
Yep.
It's that.
Yeah.
It's not the he cheated in 2000. It's you're still doing things that you were doing in 2000. So how do I know you're not doing the other stuff? I just haven't caught you yet.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
and it's not about cheating. It's about my emotional safety with you. I don't feel safe with you, and that's what I kind of got off the. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, but the vibe I got was, I don't feel safe with this man. I don't think he'd beat me. I don't think he'd do anything, but I don't feel emotionally safe and vulnerable.
100%. And that what my concern was. That was the concern that Dr. Nicole even brought out. It was exactly that. That emotional safety is not there. And
I don't think he has it with you either.
well, hold on now. You know what? Also, right?
Wait, what happened?
I think she might have cut out.
And that wasn't the truth.
What happened?
No, she was speaking the gospel when y'all kicked her out.
No. Wait, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can get Kelsey back. I don't know what happened.
And like the thing was too, like you can't. It's not bringing up the old, right? So yes, Cliff, and if he just kept on the straight and narrow, like, all right, yo, I apologize for that. We stayed together, boom, 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 and then he's cool, and he hasn't done anything related to that since 2000, and now we in 10, and now we in 20, right? Of course, yeah. If we decided to stay together, then I can't hound you for that. When I forgave you, I was supposed to leave that in the past. Boom. What's different is that old wound has never healed because my dude keeps stabbing me in the same spot, but he just doing it differently. Oh, now you're going to use a pair of scissors. The first time you used a knife. Now you're using a pair of scissors. Now you're going to use a screwdriver. Now you're going to use something else. You're just using different weapons to re-injure the same wound, my G. You're not going to keep telling me every time we get into an argument, you bouncing out the door because I did something that, hurt your ego. That's not cool. You wouldn't like that if a chick did that to you. Like,
right.
no.
And it's not just about that too, right? There's two major things. You cannot walk into a relationship, you cannot walk into a marriage questioning their intention for why they wanted to marry you in the first place.
Exactly.
If they're not secure around you, secure around your intentions, how do they know that you truly want marriage? How do they know everything's not going to happen again the same way it happened? Or maybe it'll happen a year after the marriage or 2 years. I would not sign my life to you if I'm questioning your intentions. That's one. Two is that it's not just about accountability, right? And we could say the same for Vince and Tamika, as we could say for Hollywood and Ashley. One of it's infidelity.
Oh, Lord, y'all.
The other one is, consistency in the relationship. The question is, to answer your question, Kulif, about, if I apologize once, should you get over it? One question you need to ask yourself is, am I doing some things that would have her bring up the same feelings? The second thing you need to ask is, okay, am I taking accountability for it? Until she won't bring it up if she has healed from it. And you can help her heal by taking accountability. But if you're not taking accountability from it, how you expect her to heal? That's like having a wound and not treating it right. That's like cutting somebody and not putting on antibiotics. All right. When you're sick, you need to do the right things to heal. You heal better in community. You heal better with help and aid. That's never going to happen if you keep brushing over what happened.
This is my point, right?
Hi, Hollywood.
When it comes,
What's up,
what's up?
everybody? How y'all doing?
What's goody?
I'm cool.
What I'm saying, go ahead.
Go ahead, Cliff. I'm doing.
Okay. What I was saying was, like, when I did my cheating analogy, right? Because you said if you're doing something different, you won't hear it. You won't hear the same complaints, and that's not true. Maybe for some people, but that's not true. Some people will still bring it up because they feel away, and they didn't let it go out their heart. That was my point, right? As far now, to go back to Ashley and Hollywood, my thing was, I understand he made his mistakes. From watching the show, there's nothing, especially being a man, there's nothing anyone could tell me that he don't really love her and want to marry her. He's wrong when he say, "Oh, I'm done. But in the same breath, he say that, but where does he go? He right there.
It don't
He
matter.
should stop saying that. Can you listen to the words coming out of my mouth?
No,
I never said Tiffy, I never said he was right. I even said that to Ashley when she was on here with Tamika, that he was wrong, but saying I'm done, because he's not leaving. But I'm not gonna act like I don't think this man truly loves her and wants to do right by him. And I'm also gonna respect the same way we respect what Ashley say about what went on. I'm gonna respect what he said when he was like, "Yo, I was scared to be married. I saw nothing but bad relationships from my pops and this, that, and the third."
Okay.
True, but at the end of it, right? Actions speak. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to. I need Cliff to fix your background because that's annoying when you're talking.
That's not me.
That is
it
you.
echoes when
It's you, Cliff.
It's you.
You sure? All right, no problem.
Can I say something, y'all?
Sure, go ahead.
So I sit here and listen to everybody talk. You know, first of all, I want to say thank y'all for watching the show. As I always say, and God is amazing. Y'all don't really know me, you dig? Let me tell y'all something. Me and Ash been together for 9 years, and I actually just talked to Ash about this. Y'all keep thinking that I waited 9 years. I've been for 2 years now, and I don't know why I keep telling her to tell these people the real me and who I really am. For the last 2 years, y'all, I've been screaming, I want it, I want it. And the reason why y'all see me acting the way I act when I'm on TV is because when we started this process, I told her, if you want to feel for somebody else, let me go. Don't have me loving you. Because if y'all see every episode, it's not one episode that I say I don't want it. I always say I want to be with my girl. I don't want to go on these dates. I don't want to find no connection. My goal was to find out about myself. And when y'all see me saying I'm about that life, we can let this go, that's because I felt like she was trying to go. So go ahead and go and see if the grass is green on the other side. That's all I was saying. And that was my defense mechanism to say, let it go. Because if she would have said, yeah, let's let it go, I would have had more fun on the show. I was trying to let her know that I wanted to be with her and only her, and I let the world know that. So all that stuff y'all talking about, I'm immature. Let me tell y'all something. I'm far from immature, you dig? I know, all I'm saying is I was territorial because I didn't want to lose my girl. And I was kept telling the world that you the only person that I want and letting her know. But if you want to find something else, let me go. Don't have me sitting here for the whole show, have me looking stupid on national TV. And I'm telling the world I love you, but you talking about you finding some connections. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
Hollywood, can I ask you one question?
Yes, you can.
Do you feel like you did, based on from what it looks like when we watch the episodes, because that's all we can go off of, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem like you were willing to fully invest in the experiment the way Ashley did, and that's probably why you didn't connect the way she did.
Honestly, I didn't want to make a connection. I knew that I loved Ash and I want to marry her. Y'all think that I've been saying for 9 years I don't want it. I've been saying for the last few years that I want it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I probably.
Did you also say that you wanted a big booty stripper with low self-esteem?
I say that just for the fun of it.
Okay,
The
no.
reason.
But did you also say that you wish you had other women that were physically what you wanted, and that if you did get that, you would go on multiple dates and you would have done the experience more? Did you?
Yes, I said that. I would
Okay.
have did it again, but I also in the same breath I told you that I don't care if they gave me Oprah or Beyonce. It was always about you. Didn't I say that?
And did I also say that I was not going to pick this man over you? Sitting at
Yeah,
that
you did say that. You did say that.
for you on multiple occasions, regardless of what I felt for him, I was never going to pick anyone else over you. Did I not say
Yes,
that?
you did. You did say that. But didn't I tell you about the things you did on national TV was embarrassing?
Hollywood.
So I don't care. Like I say, I don't care about.
Let me talk to
I don't
Alpha.
care if I'm gonna date with Beyonce or Oprah. I wasn't gonna never touch on no booties. I wasn't gonna let them put nothing in my mouth. I wasn't gonna be massaging nobody. I was just gonna be sillier and have more fun.
Okay, y'all, what we not gonna do? I'm gonna tell y'all right now what I'm not gonna do, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Al, I'm not doing this.
Me neither.
Okay, so you know what I'm.
But every time I get on here and be honest, you always be. That's the thing in a relationship. You know, people be saying, you know, we communicate good. We always communicate, but don't sit here and make people think. Yes, I did say find me a big booty stripper with low self-esteem. That's because I was just having fun on the show. But I also told her I don't care if they gave me Beyonce or Nicki Minaj or anybody,
Right,
that it was always about you.
We both said the same thing, though. We both said the same thing about each other. I just took the experience. I felt a little more seriously to do what they asked me to do. And you cannot keep making it seem like you didn't want anybody else but me, because that was my thing. We had conversations recorded by me that I have, where you said if you found somebody that looked comparable to me or act comparable, you would leave me. But it was a manipulation tactic so I wouldn't go on another date. What I'm saying is, Al, nobody is questioning your love for me. Nobody is questioning my love for you. That's not what this is about. And we've made it clear. All we're saying is when we say that it's 9 years, that means the totality of this relationship has been 9 years. Not saying when were you ready, when were you not ready. All I'm saying is that scaredness at any point in time, after the 5 years, after the 7 years, that scaredness is the reason why we're at 9 years. That's what
right. But I understand that. But you gotta understand, I don't care what you're saying about the scaredness. Yes, I told you I was scared, and I told you why. But I also been begging for you to. What I told you for the last 2 years. Let me know when you ready. I don't want to put all this stuff together and then we get down there and you say you don't want it. But what did I tell you that for the last few years?
I understand that you said that the last year. But the thing is, we've had conversations. So at this episode, okay, at episode 9, where we are sitting at this island and talking and having conversation, that is what we're talking about now. We're not talking about the totality of this relationship. We're not talking about the finale. We're not talking about the reunion. We're not talking about present. Okay, Al, we are talking about right now at the 9th episode. And what this situation is saying is that when other people see that how you respond to us having a conversation about the future, it can appear to be immaturity. It could appear to be not stable. How you
okay, but see, I don't, like I keep telling you and anybody else, I really don't care how they feel about me being immature, but they don't understand that if you sitting here going on multiple dates with the same dude, making a connection, let me go. Don't sit here and have me looking stupid.
Wait, hold on, Hollywood. Let me ask you a question. Why do you feel like she should let you go over 5 dates and that's the process? This isn't like she was outside dating some random dude on her own. This was the process that was set up, and she was going on the dates, and that she continues to go through the process. So why did you want her to let you go? If anything, that should have said, "Let me step up and show my girl like this ain't what you think is going on. What you think is better ain't better. I'm what you need. I'm gonna always be what you need."
First of all,
blowing up.
She already know what I am. She know my flaws. She know my goodness. And if you thinking somebody else is better, like I was saying, go see. That's all I was saying.
You didn't hear what Chloe just said.
I heard what she said. Why didn't I make you feel like, to show you that I am the one? I've been showing you this for all this time. Why I gotta keep on showing you if you want to go make a connection? You did, like, you started liking.
So I can see. You don't have to show me anything. Is what she just said was, instead of you showing me, why didn't you say, okay, I'm gonna allow Ashley the freedom to experience this process, and let her come to the realization that, you know what, the grass ain't green on the other side. I'm all she needs. I don't have to buck at her. I don't have to do all of this. I'm gonna allow her to see it for herself, and I don't even have to tell her. She gonna see it on her own. That is what Chloe just said. It's like
But you see it now.
but
You
that's
see it now, so it doesn't matter. You
Chloe,
see it now.
Chloe, this is what this is, and this is what I think I have been trying to explain throughout the entirety of this process, is that, and even with this conversation in this episode, I felt like, you know, Hollywood he got to a point where when he gets like this, there's no comprehension, there's no talking, because regardless of what we're supposed to be talking about, he's going to try to navigate this conversation where he wants to take it. And that's all that I was saying in this conversation, Al. You know, we were supposed to be talking about our future, our vision, our future, and how we see each other. What's our vision for each other? And Hollywood wanted to focus on these dates and this guy. And even
I did.
What I'm saying is, that's what needs to happen. Sometimes you need to listen and allow people to go through the process without you trying to force them to see what you're trying to see. And I think at some point in time, I had that issue too, because I wanted him to experience the process.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Hold on, my phone ringing.
Yeah, we can't hear that though. So that's what I was saying, is that sometimes he can't hear past what his thoughts are telling him. And that was my struggle sitting at this table, because that's what we're talking about this episode.
Yeah.
We're talking about this episode. That was my struggle, is that you cannot even hear me when I talk to you. And I'm telling you, I pretty much flat out told him, I am not picking this man over you. I love you. It's us. But instead of that, that was my frustration, is that he wouldn't allow me to go through that process. In this episode, it was my frustration that you wouldn't allow me to go through this process, the liberty just to see what I needed to see, and to show you after all of this, even liking somebody, sir, I still choose you. But yes.
Woo! Woo, I feel like I'm in counseling.
We need to have Dr. Nicole on here. That's who you need to have. You need to have Dr. Nicole.
I wonder if she will come and sit with me. I'll have to reach out to her.
Reach out to her. She will. She's amazing. She is really amazing. And I know you saw the live that she and I did. But
because I posted, thank you for letting me. But a lot of ladies was like, oh, we needed this. Thank you so much. Because, you know, a lot of people don't have Instagram. So I was like, let me see if I could post it on my, my channel. So thank you for that.
Oh, you are so welcome. Because I feel like, honestly, a lot of women needed to hear that. Even when she came on and the stuff she was saying, I was just like, oh, Lord, this lady is so what she was saying. And she really did help us a lot. I know, I can't speak for, Hollywood, but for me, I feel like she gave me a lot of tools that even today that I still use,
Yeah.
Relationship, be it family, be it with him, be it with anybody. It's certain things that you have to do. And I realize that,
Yes. Whew. I can't wait to see how this turned out, because y'all intense. Y'all so intense. I'm like, woo, child. I'm excited though. But Hollywood, I am going to tell you, you was a little off this episode, because you got to show her you want her, okay? You got to show her that she don't have to worry about that other dude. When she came back, you should have had the roses and the wine. Like, oh, that wasn't nothing. Make her forget all about that.
Period.
That's just what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up. I like I tell you all the time, this process, this was something different. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt. I mean, I should have just been cool and was like, look, babe, this shit hurt. You know what I'm saying?
You let your ego get the best of you.
Yeah, I should have just been my heart. This is the first time that I ever acted, and she'll tell you, this is the first time I ever acted out like this. You know what I'm saying?
Because
I should have
I'm
just
saying
been.
because it was a real emotion because you saw that's your woman. You don't want
Yeah.
nobody else making your woman feel any type of way. So, in my opinion, based on the show, then you got to make her feel that type of way.
Exactly, and I agree.
Yeah, I should have manned up. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I apologize to anybody that I disrespected as far as woman wise, and you too, Ash.
You
Red, I
going out a little bit.
apologize. Huh?
No, you was going out a little bit. I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just wanted to apologize to Ash, to you, Red, to let you know I'm sorry for barking on TV and making you, because I never do that. I never would do that to you. Besides that, I never did that, and I want to say I apologize to Chloe and all the fans that you have. If y'all felt like I disrespected her, because that's not me. And yes, I did take the show. It hurt to see my girl going on a date with somebody else, and I apologize. Like, I should have manned up. You don't think about it till it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry everybody for anything that I've caused, any pain I've caused.
Well, actually, that's up to you to accept the apology because that's your real life, girl.
What's real life? The type of person I am, I always accept apologies.
That's right.
I'm never going to accept it, and I accept it, and I appreciate it. I do, But the things for me is change behavior. That's something that resonates with me more than any words can, and that's what I'm gonna say about this.
Well, majority of the room for y'all, so I hope y'all make it. Y'all got to make it at this point because I don't know what I'm gonna do because I feel like I'm part of the family. So, so at the end of this, when I be over there, on the live with both of y'all, just don't mind me, okay? Don't mind me.
Look, we'll come. Look, Chloe, we always gonna come back. Every time I see it pop up on my phone about you going live, I come just to listen. I really don't be wanting to hear Cliff loudmouth, but I come here to listen. And I appreciate y'all seriously for seeing even through my soul some things that don't even get played or displayed. Y'all see it, and y'all, it's accurate. It's really, really accurate. And so I appreciate it because it is our real life. A lot of people question it all the time. Y'all actors or like people that's on TV can't have real emotion and can't go through things, But this is definitely real life.
Well, we thank y'all for letting us into it because a lot of us have relationships just like everyone else's. So we all go through things, and sometimes this helps us see ourselves, and you guys help us see ourselves and you guys and things that we could work on too, as far as like relationships and being better people. Because then you say, "Oh, I ain't about to act like that," or "Oh, I need to be more like this." So I think it works both ways. That's why sometimes we get a little vested in these shows, but then we snap back. But I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I appreciate you guys for joining us. I cannot wait to next week because it's gonna be lit.
I know it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
I know Dr. Nicole said it's a watch party. Where's the watch party?
Oh, she's doing something online. She's doing a live. I think you have to go to her page, and she has like a link for you to like kind of register for it. But yeah, definitely for mine. Y'all know I go live after the show anyway. So y'all make sure y'all come to Creole One Queen on IG, or even whatever we got to decide if we're gonna do it or if he's gonna do it or whatever. But I definitely normally do one. So make sure y'all come and check it out.
I'll be over there, and then I'll be on here on Monday.
Yeah. Oh, look, and then we might be back. Jesus. Y'all warn me when Hollywood comes on because I'm not coming on. I'm telling you, he's not.
I just saw. I couldn't see until like I scrolled down because I had more people in the chat, and I said, "Oh, there go Hollywood," and then I was like, "Here we go."
Wow.
So, I appreciate you, Aunt Chloe, for all the reviews. You keep it live all the time. So keep up the good work, and hopefully you be up on your way soon on your own talk show like Wendy Williams. You hear me?
Period.
You gotta speak it.
All right, baby. Y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all.
Good night. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Wait. Okay. Whew. All right, you guys. Woo, that got this real quick. I'm so glad they came in and set the record straight. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen now, even though like I kind of know like how one couple's gonna turn out. We still got to figure out what happens with Hollywood, and actually we still have to figure out what happens with Tamika and Vince. Which God, please, because at this point I just cannot with Vince. Okay, I just cannot with Vince. I'm just telling y'all now. But y'all, thanks for riding out. We've been up here for a long time. I need somebody to give me some timestamps. Okay, I need like a review timestamp, a discussion timestamp, an Ashley into timestamp, a Hollywood into timestamp, and then an Ashley and Hollywood timestamp. If someone can help me out, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Just saying. So this is because this is a long live, and so people can skim through and get to where they're trying to get to. But yeah, overall, just watch my review in the beginning if y'all didn't. Until next week, you guys. Peace. Oh wait, they happy Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. If I don't see y'all before Christmas. Okay? Okay. Bye.